There is a moment in every great success story that almost no one ever hears about. It is the moment just before everything works. It is the moment when effort feels wasted, progress feels invisible, and doubt feels reasonable. Most people quit in that moment, and because they quit there, they never meet the life they were about to become. This message exists to make sure you do not become one of them, because what separates those who arrive from those who repeat the same year forever is not talent. It is not education. It is not luck. It is not timing. It is persistence. Persistence is not stubbornness. It is not blind effort. It is not reckless pushing. It is intelligent continuation in the presence of uncertainty. It is the refusal to abandon your direction simply because the reward has not yet appeared. Most people mistake delay for denial. They assume that if results have not shown up quickly, the path must be wrong. But progress is quiet before it is visible. It is roots grow before trees rise. The unseen always forms before the visible appears. And persistence is the force that stays present during that invisible season. Your mind is constantly watching what you do when results are slow. It is learning whether you are serious. It is learning whether you trust your direction. It is learning whether your identity is strong or temporary. Every time you continue when it would be easier to retreat, your nervous system upgrades your self-image. It begins to see you as someone who finishes, someone who follows through, someone who cannot be easily stopped. And identity is what shapes destiny. You do not rise to your goals. You fall to your identity. The persistence rule is simple. Your future is decided not by your best days, but by what you do on your worst ones. Anyone can feel motivated when results are exciting. Anyone can work when progress is visible. But very few continue when effort feels unrewarded. That is where destinies are decided. This is why most people never leave the middle. They are willing to start. They are willing to try. They are willing to plan. But they are not willing to persist when uncertainty arrives. They confuse discomfort with failure. They interpret resistance as a sign to stop. But resistance is not a signal to retreat. It is a signal that growth is taking place. Your nervous system resists unfamiliar identity. Your subconscious resists unfamiliar success, not to hurt you, but to protect what it believes is safe. So the moment you begin becoming someone larger than your past, resistance appears, not because you are wrong, but because you are changing. And persistence is what tells your subconscious this new identity is permanent. Repetition builds belief. Belief reshapes behavior. Behavior reshapes destiny. When you persist, your system recalibrates. Your doubts weaken. Your habits stabilize. Your confidence becomes natural. You stop negotiating with your comfort zone. You stop bargaining with fear. You stop asking if you should continue, because continuation has become who you are. Persistence transforms effort into identity, and identity attracts opportunity. Opportunities recognize certainty. Certainty feels stable. Stable identities are magnetic. This is why persistent people begin to experience momentum, not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because their internal resistance has collapsed. They are no longer fighting themselves. They are aligned, and alignment accelerates results. The persistence rule also protects you from emotional distraction. Emotions change, moods fluctuate, energy rises and falls, but direction must remain steady. Your emotions do not define your mission. Your commitment does. Persistence teaches your nervous system that your future is non-negotiable. And once your nervous system accepts that, your behavior becomes consistent. Consistency compounds. Small daily actions multiplied over time build unstoppable momentum. This is how ordinary people build extraordinary lives, not through dramatic breakthroughs, but through quiet repetition, not through bursts of effort, but through sustained alignment. The world does not reward what you do once. It rewards what you become through repetition. Your past does not define your future. Your persistence does. So when doubt appears, continue. When fatigue whispers, continue. When progress feels invisible, continue. Because what you are building is not just an outcome, it is an identity. And identities do not fade. They compound. Years from now, people will call it success. But success did not begin with applause. It began with quiet persistence in unseen moments. So do not measure your life by speed. Measure it by direction. Stay steady. Stay committed. Stay persistent, because your future is closer than it appears, and persistence is the bridge that will take you there.